Well, hey there. We are out on the back porch again, so you are going to hear the birds and I don't know what else. I mean, well, I guess we're all going to be surprised at what we might hear in the background. But I just, it's so beautiful out and I don't want to waste a minute of it indoors if I don't have to. So we are out here and this week, I am sharing with you a video, an interview. It's a very short interview that I got to do with one of the stars of The Chosen. If you don't know anything about that series, where have you been? I'm just kidding. Here, I'll show you this.
Excuse me.
I have something for you. For me.
Throw this down for a catch.
I don't have a quarrel with you, teacher. We've been doing this all night. Nothing. All right.
Fruit here is incredible. Everything that grows here is immaculate. Except for the people. You're such a miserable lot. You worship one God, and yet you're all divided.
Only one language keeps their peace. None to speak it.
You are the great Nicodemus.
I serve only God.
Yes. Yes, so do your enemies, rogue preachers in the wilderness, raving about a coming Messiah.
Simon, you're scared. I've lost everything. Burnt every bridge. If I don't catch a ton of fish or get some help somehow, they'll arrest me. I'm trapped.
No more talking, Simon. Maybe God can get your attention now.
Why? Fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name. I saw him. It was incredible.
You have experienced a miracle. You are healed.
What do you want from me?
Follow me.
He performs miracles and seeks no credit. Who did this?
I don't know his name. His time for man to know has not yet come.
We've waited for you for so long, we believe.
You have much bigger things ahead of you, Simon, son of Jonah. Anything is possible now. Don't you see?
Would you at least know him if you saw him again?
I will know him for the rest of my life.
Wow, right? So good. If you haven't been watching this series, I highly recommend it. You can get the Chosen app and watch it on there. You can get it on a whole bunch of different streaming services too, I believe. Such a phenomenal watch, and the acting, everything about it is amazing. And so I was very excited that I was getting an opportunity to interview Mary, played by Vanessa Benavente, and she's a wonderful actress. She's got lots of cool stuff to her credit. And she is such a lovely, lovely human being. She's very sweet. We had a few minutes of downtime before the camera started rolling. So we did just a little chit chat, a little mom chit chat. She's the mom of two littles. And I, of course, as you all know, I'm a mom of adult children and a grandmother of two little babies. And so we were talking babies and motherhood and all of that great stuff and balancing, work life and home life and doing all of those things. And she was just a delight, an absolute sweetheart of a woman. And I really, really enjoyed chatting with her. And so I'll give you a little behind the scenes tidbit of stuff and things. So she was the very first interview of the day. This was my first time at the NRB convention, which is the National Religious Broadcasters Christian Convention for all of, Christian broadcasting, faith-based broadcasting, the whole industry, which you'd be very amazed. And I think thrilled to know that this is a very big market. There is a lot going on in this industry of people bringing the word, bringing Jesus to people, bringing Christ to the masses. And, there's no more time than this right now that we need that in the world. And, there's a lot of great things going on there. So don't be disheartened when you look at the mainstream media and all of the things that they're corrupting everyone with. There's so much good programming out there, including us over at Right America Media. So, go check us out if you haven't already. You should be subscribing to Right America Media. You should be following along and checking out all the shows, not just mine. There's a lot of incredible, great content out there. And I think you should definitely check it out, please. But back to NRB. So it's my first time there. The very first interview of the day. Was I nervous? Yes, I was nervous because, it's totally different. I got to tell you, it's totally different when you sit here like this, just me. Ooh, those birds are crazy. Sorry. It's totally different when it's just me and the camera and having all of the ability to control my environment, control the editing, control just everything, just control. And so this is, a circumstance where you are relinquishing that control and you're trusting other people to, to handle the things while you do your part, because you're focused on that, of course, doing the interview. So you've got people behind the camera running all of that. And I have just the greatest team behind me there. You're going to hear me brag about them repeatedly. So just get used to it. It's just a love fest for the people I get to be surrounded with and work with. So yeah, so there was all of that, and I was nervous. And I didn't ask her if she was nervous, but I think she might have been a little bit or uncomfortable, maybe if not nervous, because she's a pro. She's been doing all this kind of stuff, obviously for a while now, and it's probably second nature. But it's still, you're dealing with strangers, you're getting asked questions. So you're either getting asked like one of two types of questions that you've been asked a million times, and you're just repeating yourself over and over again, different face, same questions. Or somebody's catching you off guard with a question that you're not prepared for. And, so those thoughts go through they go through my mind. If I'm the one being interviewed, that's, sometimes what I think about, are they going to ask me, are they going to do a gotcha question? And, I'm not that guy. That's not my lane. That's not my thing. And it never will be. I get uncomfortable just watching something I can't watch interviews like that where, they blindside them with questions. Just not my gig, not my lane. My lane, if you're curious, if you don't know, my lane is still kind of being defined, really, but the core of my lane, did I say line or lane? I meant to say lane if I said line. The core of my lane is that I'm simply here. I'm just a conduit, really. I'm just a medium for, not like a psychic medium. No. But I'm just the place where I want people in my universe, which is the conservative, Christian, patriotic, law enforcement, first responder, military. Those are all my people. Those are all the people that I care deeply about, and whose stories and products, if they're selling books, their book, if they've written a book, anything. I want to be the place that they come to, and I help them put their good works out in the universe. So that's my lane. That's my happy place, to be able to share good people doing good things. So you're never going to get a gotcha interview with me, guys. It's not going to happen. You know, not going to aim to make somebody cry or, run off the set. Not that we're actually on a set most of the time. Most of the time we're doing like a interview, a Zoom interview type thing. So I got to start moving my hands around so much. I think I send my camera out of focus when I do that. Sorry. So yeah. So that's kind of the deal. And that's what this was. This was just an opportunity for, the people at this event, at this conference, to be able to share all of the great things that they're trying to do in the world and put out in the world, including the people, the actors from The Chosen, as well as I didn't interview them, but we had some other people from Angel Studios and Josh Barnes, also on Right America Media, interviewed some of the executives from there, so you can get some behind the scenes scoop from The Chosen and some other shows that they have going on, or programs that they have going on that are really worth checking out. So if you go to Right America Media, you can find those shows to watch and get that information and good stuff from. But this interview is, again, this is Vanessa Benavente. She plays Mary. That's Jesus's mom. Okay, guys, we are here at the NRB convention. I have with me the very beautiful, very talented Vanessa Benavente. She plays Mary in The Chosen, and what an incredible role that is.
Oh my gosh, it's a dream role, really.
Absolutely. So tell me a little bit about that process of how that role came about and how you felt about taking on, probably the most incredible figure in history.
Oh my gosh, when you put it that way.
No pressure. No pressure at all.
No, it came to me as so, in a very traditional way. As actors in Hollywood, we always just go on auditions.
Sure.
We get called in to read for casting, and I was very fortunate that happened to me. They called me in to read, and I got the material and just fell in love with it. I think that's something across the board. All the cast has talked about how wonderful just reading the material and how incredible that initial contact with it felt. I was one of those, and I think it's one of the best auditions I've ever done. I was super connected, not only with the material. I had just recently been a mom.
Yes.
So, back then my baby was like 9 months old or something like that. So there was something very visceral that came through, just by reading Mary's initial scene from season 1, where she's looking for Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Mama, it is too early for all this.
If not now, when?
Just help us get through all of this with you. Please.
Maybe we should get going before they make a formal inquiry. Jesus, please don't do that again, huh?
Yes, Abba. May I read?
We'll see. Come now, we've got a long journey.
Oh my gosh.
That resonates so, as a mother, as just any mother, that resonated so much. I actually cried watching that scene. I cried watching that scene because as a mom, and not only you're just watching any mom, you're watching Jesus' mom. So that's how powerful your performance was, by the way. So testament to you bringing this woman and this character. I shouldn't call her a character, but bringing this to life the way that you have. And what a gift for all of us viewers to be able to watch this and learn so much from it. Being on the set, being part of this atmosphere, is it as magical as it seems to us? Because did you know that it would be this huge and this amazing?
You know what? It's one of these things where you start working on a project, you always hope that people will see it.
Sure.
Period. I mean, you don't, because you never know.
Right.
And so many things start with, you think, oh, this is a great idea, and people are doing a great job, and in the acting and the writing. I hope really it finds an audience. And of course, this is like almost like the perfect storm with this project, right? Because it's got all the right materials to make it a hit. But you never know. So we were very lucky that we could find such a lovely audience and such devout viewers, and they're always so kind to us, but also so supportive, that I think we count our blessings.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to put it. And it is so beautiful and it's so powerful to watch. And I think you bring an audience that maybe did not really have a connection to their faith before this, and started seeing these characters. Now, as you bring these characters, these people, this to life for a whole new audience, and of course for people who already believe and are seeing these through new eyes. And it's just such an incredible thing that you're doing, and the whole thing is amazing, because The Chosen it's the largest grossing crowd sharing campaign, which is just incredible in itself, which tells you right away just how many people this resonated with and connected with. So now we're going to be going. There is going to be a season 5. Yeah. So you guys in works.
Well, we are right now shooting season 4.
Okay.
And 7 seasons have been planned out. Hopefully we'll get through all of them. And right now we're in the midst of doing it.
So exciting. How has this affected your life? Just your everyday life. Has this changed everything for you?
It's changed quite a bit. As we were talking before we started the interview, I'm a mother of 2, and so life as a mother of 2 is the life as a mother of 2, regardless of you bake bread or stay at home or no. It's
so true.
It's busy, but it definitely has. There's experiences like what we're having right now, or like a day like today at this convention, where you get to live a little bit, feel like a little bit like an Avenger, like I say.
Yeah, I get that.
You have a worldwide viewership, and you get messages from all over the place and saying how they love this scene or that scene or the show in general. It's so mind-blowing sometimes. And it's also because your life doesn't really change that much,
right?
Because you still have to take out the trash and take care of the kids.
Oh yeah, I say that all the time. Yes,
right. It's still kind of like, oh, there's this other persona that you see, then you post things about, and you get the messages and stuff, and you try to connect with the fans, because they're so lovely, and they help us so much. I mean, they literally make our show happen. So it's a bit of both. It has changed in the sense that I get to live all these experiences, and at the same time I'm
still mom, still taking out the trash, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I hope you do it the way that I do, and what I'm doing is nothing compared to what you're doing, but I still will put on my dark sunglasses as I drag the garbage barrel out and say I'm a big deal,
Yes. I mean, people in my blog just see me in my pajamas half of the days when I'm like putting my baby in the car and saying, bye, and my husband takes her away to school. It's one of those things. Like I always feel like if I really were an Avenger, one of the Avengers, I would have to change out of my pajamas for sure.
Yes.
So I still get get to keep my anonymity in that way.
So what I love about this is I'm watching you, and of course I've been watching you on the screen. I love the contrast. I love that I look at you on the screen and think, here's the most amazing iconic figure in our history, and here's this lovely sweet woman who's a mom and has all these relatable experiences. Just such a fun thing to be able to do. So this is a blessing to be able to sit and talk with you. Thank you. Tell me what's next on the horizon for you? Is this like the only main focus project right now, or we have some other things happening?
I have a couple of projects in the works, but I am focusing right now on being a mom, because my baby is very young still. She's 9 months old. So, to do a lot of work with her, it's tough. So I'm just going to kind of take it slow, and in a couple of months when she's a little older, I might start.
I love that. One more question. What is your shooting schedule like? Like, you shoot for months and months and take a break, or?
In my case, they usually pack my days as much as possible, as much as the schedule will permit. But I have everything is kind of like at the end of the shooting schedule for me. So I haven't yet started.
Okay.
I'm very excited.
Yes.
To get back on set because I love it. That's my happy place right there.
I bet. And it looks like you all get along so well. I see, I'm a big TikTok geek, and I see like little videos of you guys all behind the scenes just having such a great time. And what a great experience that must be.
Yes. And again, we lucked out in a lot of different things. And one of them is this amazing cast, and they are not only very talented, but they're incredibly funny and warm, and we really root for each other. We have a little WhatsApp chat between all the cast and whoever comes in new. We add them into the chat because it's just a big family, and we like spending time with each other.
That's
so
beautiful. I think it really shows the flow of the characters, the engagement with each other. It just all looks and feels so real and so believable. So a testament to all of you and the beautiful work you're doing and what you're putting out for all of us. So thank you so much, not only for sitting with me, but for taking on that role, especially as a mom of little ones. That's a big ask.
It's my pleasure. It's my absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you. This was Vanessa Benavente from The Chosen. She plays Mary. She's a wonderful actress and a very, very sweet person. So
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Elsa.
Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed that interview with Vanessa Benavente from The Chosen. Coming up next week, we have more interviews. I don't know which one's next. I just caught myself off guard. And I think you're going to love them, or I hope you're going to love them as much as I loved doing those interviews. And by the way, don't forget to subscribe. See you next week. Okay, I'm here at the NRB convention, early morning startup. We're just getting everything ready, so I'm going to show you our little recording area. Here we go. We're in TV3. Here are my people. And look at that setup. Very nice. Hey, family, if you're looking for the perfect gift for the reader in your life, why not check out one of my books? They're all available on Amazon and most major online book retailers, as well as elsakurt.com.